The last series of this week is going to be about increasing food productivity, but also vis-a-vis child abuse, because there's a report that was carried out by the Private Sector Foundation, and we found that most of the children here were abused because of food scarcity, and we'll be looking at that later in the show. But also, at the end of the show, we'll be looking at how we can, as a country, increase food production. Now, there's information that many kids were abused because there was no food. How, and you are administering corporal punishment. What was happening then?
Okay, she was saying that at first their children were suffering because there was no food and serious beating was there. But as the Bernard Van Lee came, they learned, they trained them, and now they are growing a lot of food, and there is still food now.
My child, who take a peck of my chem, Utino Kene, move routine kitch, tie torro tie, papa petie. And to torro, more I chow kene, tie a peho, peraman wongogina chama, piutino. And to tetuni carame, project cabena tedonyo. Daho, taya tedonye project. Daho romo de nuchente, amana hamonto tia chualotino gi kwan, tino tia chema bear. Pur jami pur ang chiame tu koyo wakere umio na hakire me pur tia water bear ama umio ginna me ikara ni utino wadung pe tia toro twergi achalo kara ngai.
Okay, he was saying that at first children were getting a lot of problem in case of food. There was no food, and other children were orphaned, but they were treating badly to some neighbors. You find that an orphan go to a neighbor's home, that neighbor start beating, serious, go away, I have a little food for my family only. You go away, and that orphan suffer a lot at last. Yes.
Other examples? Yes. Okay. I give one example. At first, our children, they were misbehaved because they want to go to school. For example, I'm one of the widows.
Yes.
I was having problem in paying school fees. By that time when Bernard came, I joined the group. I was even having no business. By that time, I began to sell eggs, 2 trays only. But now I'm very happy that yesterday, my children are already back in the school. Thank you.
On the first day of school, you are paying school fees?
Yes, I'm paying school fees. Now they are already back.
Were you eating all the meals? For example, we are told you're supposed to eat breakfast, lunch, and supper. For you, how, even for the children, what were children eating during the time of hunger?
During the time of hunger, they were eating only once a day.
What time?
Very late.
What time?
How were the children surviving during the day?
So richa, tino na siya tino nu chonne, tino beru peho, tino kanyu ke naka, tino pe siya na siya, tino siya misya.
He was saying, at first, children used to eat only once in a day. Around 12 noon, children ate once a day, and there was no dress in the children. Children, you find that around 15 years of children is staying naked.
Wow.
Yeah, is staying naked.
How were they managing in school?
So kids went to school
without eating anything, and they go to school the whole day.
She was saying that at first in case of education, children go to school every day and stop around 1 in around 1 p.m. And they come back. They don't go back to school because they are so hungry.
A report that was published by the Uganda government in June said 82% of all cases of child undernutrition and related conditions went untreated. And today we are trying to address that. An estimated 11 and 10,220 cases of also children that died as a result of not eating was also documented. So what happened after that, for lack of better, dark past? What brought the change? After that, what happened to the community?
What did they give them? What did they provide? How is life now?
Nowadays we are happy because Bernard Bandli brought us a lot of things.
Like
when we want to send our children to school, we can manage to get money.
How?
We go to our group.
Okay.
And we borrowed the money from that group. When they give us the money, we send our children with that money to school.
How do you pay the money back?
We pay the money back through business.
Oh, so you invest it and then give back through business.
Yes.
Okay, so you have groups where you borrow money from and send kids to school.
Well, if you're just joining us, we're looking at increasing food productivity in Uganda. And like most districts, subsistence agriculture is the major activity in APAC district. And an estimated 80% of the district population is engaged in subsistence. But approximately 75% of the work is done by women, and that is very shocking.
The women
We shall also be talking about that when we come up. But let's take a look at Harriet Sally, who is a board member in charge of agriculture from the Private Sector Foundation. Katugulide, what we need to do about increasing food production and how PSF you got engaged in this. When we come back, we'll be looking at how the people of APAC are increasing food production and ultimately securing the future of their children. Take a look.
We need really to increase our production in order to secure our food security. By increasing the production, we need the tools. That is, now we need the tractors. The banks can't give us loans because agriculture is a high-risk investment, but we can just borrow within ourselves. That means we need to learn to save. After saving, you can get somebody to borrow you when you have at least saved some part. And also you know that I can borrow from my organization and buy seeds. That is when you have a big area, so that you can do that thing, that you can plow your land in the shortest time possible. As you are seeing rain, it keeps on changing. So the chance you get, you need to plant immediately. We need the good seeds and also the fertilizers. Some of the soils are running out of fertility. So we need the fertilizers to improve on our soils, and we need good seeds so that the production can be there. Also we need chemicals, the right chemicals to spray on time so that we can control the diseases. For a local farmer, when we were coming, I have seen a lot of rivers, plenty of water everywhere. And when people say there is no water in our part, I really don't understand. We are talking of irrigation, but irrigation is too expensive, needs heavy investments. But for us small farmers, we need to think of the easiest way. Now, like where we have seen the borehole, me, I have a farm and I'm using a borehole. This borehole, I just pump my water in the tank, and from there I irrigate by gravity.
How much money do you save as women?
In a day.
In a day.
In a day, we can even save 300.
300,000.
Yeah.
300,000.
Wow, so you save this through agricultural produce or any other source of income? Where do you get the money from?
Different things. Others, they're using it in agricultural. Some are doing this business. Even me myself, I'm doing a business. I'm a tailor.
Wow.
I borrowed the money from our group, and now I can even sell some rolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very good. That's very good. When the project started, what changed? Were you able to start feeding your children properly?
Chawane wando ti gwako tino wa bear. Iyore me yugina chama a bear. Me yukom gibera chill. Me yugin beru kere kwa yot. Choko gikara siel me yugi tuku me yugin udongo yor.
Yeah, they were giving food 4 times in a day nowadays. And they were organizing some playground. Children always play there. Create some happiness. Dresses are very many nowadays. And even the bed is so good for sharing.
A group man may be looking away, compagor, or may put you any. Oh, young Yama take piano and then a perni. A beru pang you in a medang luoni to you center. A beru comoco. A meshandu nuti to rata. The pang you creme, terishana no. Etikara medung. Been a day. Pino group at the beauty yikoa. Umia man and it a new creme to you center. I wore a call for a center. At a beauty chakuti, give him a lot in a will nyanya, a tungulu gikano, at the shakushato, a sharpa hamahukun, a nuripa hanyuha, you have got loud, a man you do attack. Me and never bear a group
She was saying that now she can run a business. She's now selling it. She go to that group. She borrowed money from there. She can now she's selling onions, tomatoes, and this millet bread. She's even preparing porridge for money. Yeah, using this.
We shall go and she gives us.
Yeah. Then she's called a matnyoka.
Group wa shawani. Yo miwa kwere pu kachel kretoni. One yurno pour que tu vas shawano tout pour kretoni. Chez moi là donc check a bear. Jamu tu chutia water bear. Kwa yun.
That they were given ox flour, and they are now using that ox flour for their group, and they are producing foods. They are investing a lot of food.
Why was it hard for some people to produce? Earlier was saying that women do most of the work. Okay, but why wasn't there enough food before?
Earlier, most of men, they don't work hard to get food. It was only women. Most of men, they take most of their time in drinking alcohol. So most of them nowadays, they're now helping women. And now we can get food in our home.
Now that you have enough food, she has a business, she even got a name for it. You said things are good, your tailoring business is good. How have things changed for the children? The things that your children are enjoying now that they did not enjoy then?
Amana wela mo kien gida no buru gini pien eta mana wela gida polish buru ye da tigi ne kiri sil kom ate digi gina besa wela na sak me yiki matna.
That at past our children used to walk barefoot, but nowadays we bought shoes. Children used to do sleeping in the mat, but nowadays she bought a mattress.
Te kongini do ya ekuru jamati tina me otiu tiyo. chatu nyanya gini umeri nyanya kiritangwena te chiel ga ber to tere school te du school itieno to biro mato gini nyuha otino to bera kom gi yot bere kitana nuo kerdo enna.
That nowadays at lunchtime she prepare food and take for our kids at school. Then they come back in the evening, prepare for them porridge, and now they are okay, they are healthy, they are changing diet, now they are okay.
Fantastic. And for you, what all these women are able to take care of their families because now they're being trained on how to increase agricultural productivity. Ultimately, we need to look at how to secure food for the country.
And for the children.
Yes, and for the children.